Hey everyone, happy Monday and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. Sorry, I had to end my other video, so I'm starting over again. Welcome to our Monday Crafty Session video. If you follow me, you know that I'm going live a little bit earlier than normal. I have something on tonight, so I thought instead of canceling it, let's go earlier during the day. And I'm not gonna lie, I love going early. I love going live during the day. I love the brightness of everything. It is a beautiful day here in Southwest Ontario. When I woke up this morning, it was 13 degrees. And it's right now, it's sunny, it's breezy, and it's only like 22 degrees, which to me says like fall weather all over it. I don't know about you, but fall is my favorite time of year. I love when it's cool in the morning, a little warm during the day, but enough that you can still wear like shorts and t-shirts, but then cools off in the evening. I've had the front door open and I had the front doors open, like my screen doors open, and it was just so nice to feel that nice breeze come in through the house. But I decided to close it because my neighbors are renovating and I didn't want you guys to hear all the sighing and banging. So if you're here, say hi. Today is Monday, August 18th. Can you believe it? August 18th. I don't even know where that time went. That means I'm in my last 2 weeks of summer before our routines start again, and that is just making me like a little sad. I've seen a few people today and they're like, oh, like, how are you enjoying your summer? What do you think about going back? And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to think about that. So we're not going to think about that. We're going to enjoy our last 2 full weeks of summer. If you follow me on my regular Facebook Live videos, you know that I go live Mondays and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I go live Tuesdays at 11 a.m. I am really trying to figure out how I can go live on Tuesdays when I go back to work. So I actually was just working on all my my classes and trying to map things out. So I will be working on that because I want to add that into my catalogs when you guys go out. So I hope you're having a great day. So if you are watching live, you're going to see that red live button up top. And if you're watching on the replay, shout out to my replay warriors. As I said, I'm going early a little bit today just because I have something I'm doing tonight. So I didn't want to miss out. So welcome. I think I forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. And I'm excited to be with you guys today. Welcome to my stamp studio. This is my happy place, aka where I spend a lot of my time. I love coming in here. I spend a lot of my days in here and I love coming in and just sometimes when you just need to escape for a little bit, this is where I come to escape. When my family knows I'm in here, they know I'm working. So that's sometimes they don't distract me or disturb me, but sometimes they do and I'm okay with that. But I love just coming in here and playing music. Like I'm a huge country music fan, but I also love like that nature sounding music, like ocean sounding music, whatever it is. And literally sometimes just a half hour is all I need. And it's just enough to bring just be like, this is where I can. Okay, I'm ready to go back into what I need to do. I don't know about you, but I feel like everybody needs a hobby that they can escape to. Some people like to read, some people like exercising, whatever. Mine is crafting and stamping, and I absolutely love it. I have been doing this for 18 and a half years, and I honestly cannot imagine my life without Stampin' Up! But most of all, it's all the friendships I've made, and it's the community that I love the most. I often think, wow, I met you because of stamp paper and inks, and I wouldn't have met you if I didn't join this amazing Stampin' Up! Community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Usually I start my video with some chocolate, so let me show you. If you come to my classes, I have a candy bar downstairs. So I rated my candy bar the other day and just brought up this little thing. So I have like chocolate covered coconut almonds. I have some M&Ms. I have some chocolate covered blueberries. I kind of have just a little mixture. So this week we are showcasing the Sunshine Vibes bundle, which is in the annual catalog. I had a couple other ideas that I wanted to share with you this week, but unfortunately my order is en route, so I had to pivot a little bit, and I thought, you know what, let's do this. I actually don't own this. I borrowed it from my good friend Katie and my team member, and I thought, wow, but I really enjoyed playing with it, so I think it's going to be one that maybe goes on to my shopping list. So this week I'm going to be showcasing you a scrapbook page, and I'm going to be showcasing you some cards and some different samples. So you're going to want to make sure you set your alarms to watch my Facebook Lives, and if not, you can always watch them on a replay, and then make sure to check back my social media channels so that you can see all the different samples that I have to offer. So how this video works is I will go live and then I will upload it to YouTube, and it will be back on my blog for the following day. That's usually my goal, is the following day, and then you will be able to follow along. So I have lots of things to share with you, so let's get started. I'm sorry that if you were one of the persons watching the video earlier, but something wasn't right and I just needed to change it. So that's why I'm starting over. So if you're here with me, say hi. If you're watching on a replay, let me know where you're watching from, and comment with me, commenting like you're sitting with me in my craft room and we're eating chocolate and we're talking life and we're stamping it. What is the best? That's the best medicine possible, if you ask me. That truly fills my soul. Yesterday I had my team summer gathering, and we did an ice cream kit social. So everybody who came brought a kit, like one of our paper pumpkin kits or one of our kit collections. And we enjoyed ice cream sundaes, which was so much fun because it was great to see how somebody takes a kit, some change it and add it. One of my team members, Jane, she shared us her beautiful scrapbook page she made with one of our kits. Like, it was really, really a fun afternoon. So if that is something you think you would love to be a part of, we would love to have you join the Stamp to Create team. All right, I'm gonna flip my camera and we're gonna get started, and I have some things to show you. So let's just, I'm just gonna flip that so I can see. So you're gonna see my beautiful blinds in front outside. Like I said, it's a very sunny day here. Let me just make sure everything looks great. If somebody is here and can give me a thumbs up, that would be great. I'll kind of just watch it too when I come see how everything looks. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm kind of liking this view because I feel like it gives you, oh, that's definitely not that straight. Definitely gives you like a good view of the project. So I was watching some videos and just kind of like, you know, how you always better your best. And I'm always working on bettering my best. So this week we are showcasing the Sunshine Vibe bundle. But before we do that, I have some other things that I want to share with you. So actually, no, you know what? I'm going to show you this and then we'll go. So the Sunshine Vibes bundle is part of the Boho Vibes suite. Say that multiple times. So this is a photo palmer stamp set. Photo palmers is like a jelly-like, it's like a clear cling, but what I really like it is that you can see where you are stamping. So it's nice to be able to put it on your block and stamp, but it's also good for two-step stamping, and you'll see that a little bit later in my cards and projects I do this week. So there's that. This also comes with a die, so you can buy just the stamp set, you can buy just the dies, or you can buy it as a bundle. And if you buy it as a bundle, you actually save 10%. So here is this fun die set. I love that it has this like rainbow die. It has some leaves, but then it has all these funky different ways of using the rainbows. And then they have some like these fun little pieces right there. So this is a great set. There's 11 pieces in this set. And as I said, I believe I wrote down the price and I'll show you that earlier. But it's a fun set to do. And it's called Sunshine Vibes. So that is the bundle. Also in this, so it's part of the suite, which is the Boho Vibes suite, is the designer series. So this is the Boho Vibes designer series paper. In this pack, you get all these patterns, plus you get these ones. So let's show you these ones up close. The colors in this are Cajun Craze, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Mellow, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. I wanted to showcase this week because I love the Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. I cannot get enough of those colors. They're just gorgeous. And right now, Stampin' Up! Is having an in-color sale, which means that all the in-color, selected in-color products are 15% off. And this paper is actually part of that sale. So it's not regular price is $17. On sale, it's $14.45, which is a steal of a deal. So you get all these patterns, like look at those fun patterns. And then you have these ones over here. So there's you got some like really bright patterns, but then you got some like really So you can use this for females and like masculine and like different variety of projects you could do with this. I just love the colors. I have to say, I think this one right here is my favorite. And that's because I'm a huge fan of Secret Sea. So I absolutely love this one. I do like this pattern here too. So it's really nice. So as I said, this is on sale for $14.45, I believe, till the end of August, because it's part of the in color sale. So you could get that Secret Sea, the cloud cover, ink inks, ink refills, Stampin' Up blends, some embellishments, some designer series paper, and ribbons. So and actually some of our kits are on sale too. So as I was showing you those colors, I said to you, like I was showing you the color combination. So this is what these colors look together. So there's Cajun Craze, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Mellow, Pretty Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. So that just shows you the color palettes that are in this paper. So when I sit down to design my projects, first of all, I pick a stamp set or I pick a bundle. And then I try to pick a designer series paper that coordinates with it. And then I'll use the coordinating products. That's the one thing I really like about Stampin' Up, is that I can go from a stamp set, like designer series paper, to cardstock, to pattern paper, to ribbon, to embellishments. It all works. So I just thought I would show you that because that's a really fun way of seeing. So that's our paper. Also in this set is these beautiful, these are called muted matte palette dots. So Petal Pink, Daffodil, Cloud Cover, and Mossy Mellow, which are great dots. You could use these for so many different occasions and projects, but really nice ones. So these would be part of the in color sale because that is there. So that is that. That is a great one. Okay, so let me show you just these, and then I will show you where you can find them. Okay, product of the week. So we're focusing on the Sunshine Vibe bundle, which is the numbers right there, and that's the price if you're here in the Canadian market. The Boho Dies Designer Series paper, right there, there's a number. And as I said, it's on sale till the August 31st for $14.45. And you could head to this website to place your order if you're here in Canada and do not work with a demonstrator. Or you can go to my blog and click shop now. Either way, I would love to help you out. This week, so starting today, which is August 18th to Sunday, August 24th, if you place an order of 50 or more in my online store before shipping and taxes, and if you have stamping rewards taken off, I will send you the class pack to make these 4 cards. So these are the 4 cards that we are making. This one is our Tuesday Facebook Live. This is our Wednesday Facebook Live, and I'll be showcasing those cards in between. But there's some really fun cards in a great way. So as you can see, I really toned in on that those in color products because I wanted to show you how fabulous they work together and how fabulous they work with our other color collection, because I want you to take advantage of the sale. They are on sale, and trust me, you would definitely want them. Okay, so let's find where that is. So if you have one of our annual catalogs, this is the one you're looking for, the design, May 2020 to April 26th. And you will find the Boho collection starts on page 61. So this is the suite. It shows you that one shop number, like you kind of hit that easy button. If you type in that number, you're going to get all the products that are on this page here. So you would get the bundle, you would get the dots, and you would get the designer series paper. And then they show you some different ways of making them. So this is the card we're going to make tomorrow. I actually just cased the sample because I really wanted to show you it. But lots of fun ideas. So that's that. But I also wanted to point out that if you're here in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I would love to work with you. My catalogs are en route. They should be here in the next couple days. I'm going to be working on packaging them up and getting them out the door as soon as possible. I cannot show you the inside as per Stampin' Up policy, but I'm excited to show you all the different products that are in this catalog. It is amazing. So this starts September 3rd. Also on September 3rd starts our online exclusive product release. I can't show you what's in here either till September 3rd as per Stampin' Up policy, but I'm excited to look at this. Hello. You know I have a little poppy, so this was going to be one product that we will be definitely using, and this one is gorgeous. So if you are here in Canada and need a demonstrator, please let me know. All right, so let's dive into our project. My project today was inspired by an artisan. She's one of our Stampin' Up artisans. Her name is Pamela, and her blog handle or her Instagram or Facebook handle is Passion About Scrapbooking. So I actually found her because I was following some of the concept artists, and I really like her style. And when I was looking for some inspiration, I found this. And it was, I have to tell you, I created a layout last night. I had it sitting, like I kind of hadn't done any stamping. I just had it sitting there. But you know how when there's one of those layouts, you just are like, oh, I'm not sure if this is sitting right. So I left it, I walked away. This morning when I came back in my room, I was like, I'm not feeling it. It's just not feeling it. So I was like, I had an appointment this morning. When I came home, I was like, no, I'm changing it up. So that is what I did. So we are using, so this is our 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock. So this is the only way you get our 12 by 12 papers right now. And you can use these for card making also. The one thing I love about our two-tone cardstock is you can tear it, you can crumple it, you can sand it. My favorite way, and emboss it. My favorite way is embossing and sanding. I love that look. So this is a crumb cake. As you can see, this is the lighter side, and then this is the darker side. So each paper has a light and a dark. So I think there's like 53 colors, I think. So really, when you have a light and a dark, you almost have like 106 colors to choose from. So it's really nice. So our base is 12 by 12 crumb cake, and we're going to be using the light side. I have a piece of our white willow cardstock. And this I've measured, I think this is 11 by 11, and I will upload this video, and I'm going to put all of the measurements on my blog. I will be doing that tomorrow. And then I created another little piece of cardstock, a two-tone cardstock, and that's that crumb cake again. And this is, I believe, 9.5 by 9.5, so that is how we're going to layer. So let's go ahead and put this down. As I said to you, and there's no right or wrong to scrapbooking. If you're looking to get into the world of scrapbooking, I think it's a great, so I have to say, let me start back over. I was introduced to Stampin' Up because I was a scrapbooker. I had moved out into our neighborhood, and do a video if somebody comes to your door. Hold on, let me just go see who it is, because otherwise we're going to be interrupting. Okay, thank you. You too. Sorry about that. It was UPS and they needed a signature. So I figured someone was still standing there. My puppy was barking like crazy. So I'm sorry about that interruption, guys. All right. So when I sat down to create my project, we're going to build on, actually we're going to do, I meant to stamp. So let's do that a little bit first. I'm thrown off by UPS. Too bad I wasn't a Stampin' Up order. Something for my daughter. Why couldn't it have been a Stampin' Up order? Because that's really what I want. It's my order, because it has a lot of the new product in it. All right, so thank you for being patient and watching and sticking around while I went and answered the door. I am using this little starburst, that's what I'm going to call it. I should just make sure. And my puppy just fell asleep. Go figure, eh? Like, all right, so I'm just going to like randomly, oh, that didn't work. Oh, geez, hand. So that just shows you how my day is going. And of course, because I glued this down, we're just going to continue working with it. I'm stamping in crumb cake, and I just inked my crumb cake up. I'm just going to randomly stamp. It's just easier to do that. You know what? We can cover up. You know what? I wonder if I can pull this up. Nope, I'm leaving that. I'm going to rip it up. Oh my gosh, I did it again. You know what? We are going to stamp. Start over. You know what? We'll be okay. All right, so we have done that. Like I said, everything always happens when you do a video live. Why is that? Why is that? It's like I thought somebody was here. I'm like, yeah, I can hear you. All right, so let's just do these like little like dance around. Kind of just randomly kind of filling those in. Oops, I think I have some fingerprints. That's what makes it okay. So what I was starting to say, I had moved to my neighborhood, met some neighbors, and they were scrapbooking, and I really liked the idea of scrapbooking because it tells our stories for future generations. And then I started scrapbooking, and long story short, sorry about that, I was introduced to Stampin' Up at a scrapbooking crop, and then I was like, oh, you know what, I had tried, they were there a few times, and I kept like thinking, oh no. Then I tried it, and this first time I put, back then when I started, they were wood stamps. So if you've been around Stampin' Up for a long time, you will remember it's wood stamps. And as soon as I put the wood stamp in my hand and pressed it in ink and stamped, I was like instant love. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And when you have a family name, like names in your family that have a lot of vowels, I was always buying sticker packs because I needed all the vowels. And I was like, this is crazy, because then I'm stuck with all like 20,000 Z's and X's and W's. So I chose to, okay, so I like that. And we're going to work on this, and then I'll bring this back in. So I decided that if I got an alphabet set and some ink pads, I could make my own titles. So I was super happy about that. And then and then I fell in love and I started making cards, and the rest is history. So it really is a good thing. Okay, so my inspiration, as I said, came from Pamela from Passion About Scrapbooking. And I love this pattern. So this is one of the patterns that is in the designer series paper. I love this because it's like sunshine and vibes, but it's got like fun rainbow patterns and things like that. So this is like Mossy Mellow, your basic white. There's your cloud cover, basic white, Secret Seed, basic white, Daffodil, Petal Pink, and Crazy Cray. So I really love that. And then I love this pattern. As I said, there's always a pattern that you like on one side. No. So what I did was I created my mat. So I believe this is 9. This is 9.5 by 9.5. And then I created my squares that are 3 by 3. As I said to you, this is my favorite pattern. So we're just going to lay everything down. So what I did was I kind of went like pattern, cardstock, and then I went, how did I remember how I did this? Oh, I think I went this way first. And I show you what I did because I loved that pattern. So I went pattern, cardstock, pattern. And what I did was I literally took this pattern and worked my way down. So you can tell that this square is that. This square is the middle. And then this square down here would be how that paper worked. So you can see how I kind of went down. It kind of looks like this pattern right here. I just cut it into squares. And then I went pattern, cardstock, pattern. I went cardstock, pattern, cardstock, and then I went pattern, cardstock, pattern. So that's kind of how my brain was thinking. Now I know I like this one here, so let's go ahead and put that one down. These will be for my photos. So my mat is 3 by 3. So these would be, I would put a picture like a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Or you could use one of these boxes for journaling. There's a lot you can do in this respect. So let's just put these down because I know I'm happy with those colors. And I told you that my favorite colors from this were the cloud cover and the Secret Sea, which is really nice. Now, our cloud cover ink, I'm going to show you. You can purchase the cloud cover ink. Stampin' Up! Has removed this from their line because they weren't happy with the quality. So what they found is when they were adding the ink, so if they were adding the ink to the, so like, here's a tip. When you open it, hold it like this and think about it like a compact, like you're opening like a makeup thing, and then go like this, and this one's hard, and you'll go like that. So when they found when they were adding the ink, it was changing the color. So this is supposed to be like a bluish gray, more on the blue side. Mine colors to be like really like a bluey gray. I'm okay with that. I guess it just depends. And I'm going to show you during this week's projects another way of using how to get that tone on tone of two-tone. Like, so if you stamp the color, so say cloud cover ink on cloud cover cardstock, I'm going to show you an alternative way of doing that if you didn't want to invest in everything. This is part of the in color sale, so you just have to take that gamble of, now like one of my team members, she said hers is true color, so it's like hit and miss, so you just gotta, you know, pick. So okay, so I have all done all those. So I like this pattern, so let's go ahead and put this one down. So I was thinking of using this for a page about me, like sending good vibes, you know, like just like a motivator. Sometimes, you know, when you scrapbook, you're always the person that is taking the pictures. You're never the person that is in the pictures. So I'm always the one taking behind the camera because my daughter's like, take a picture of me. So I've been really trying to like make sure that I'm in the pictures. So I thought this would be like a great, let's show you, like, you know, page about you. It could be like a positive. I'm really in about like the gratitude and the positivity and focusing on those instead of the other things in life, which I feel like I truly feel better because I'm doing that. So, oops, this one is like a little crooked here, so let's fix that. So that is what this page thought is. I also thought about maybe using it with some of my friends and things like that. All right. Now my question is, I have this and I haven't decided if I wanted to put some ribbon on here. So if I did, it would go like this and then down. I'm not sure about that. So I think I'm going to leave I brought it out. So this is the cloud cover ribbon. I love it. It's really easy to work with. It's easy to tie your bows. It's like so easy. I feel all mumble jumble today. Oh my goodness. Distractions. First the video, starting and restarting, and then UPS. But we're rolling with it because that's what you have bloopers in your videos. So this is cloud cover. It really works nice. And what I do is I roll my ribbon up and then I use this binder clip, and that's how I store my ribbon on my shelf so that it's not loose everywhere. So I think I'm not going to put ribbon on. I think I'm going to go with, okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these down. And I'm going to show you what I think I will do instead. Okay, so I didn't put that one down. And so I kind of have these squares. And what I'm thinking is, this would be a picture, or I can do picture, journaling. I can do picture, journaling, and I have something that's going to go here. So I am happy with the way this is. So let's go put this down. As I was saying, scrapbooking, there's no right or wrong. It's how you look through the camera lens and how you add your own touch to it. Everyone's style is different. If I was at a scrapbooking crop and we all had the same paper, we definitely would scrapbook in different ways. You know what? I might put a little star there. Our pages would all be different, and that's the one thing about scrapbooking, right? I love how you can just do your own thing. We have scrapbooking kits, but but the most important thing is you're documenting your memories for future generations. And I think that's the part that we need to remember, because in 40 years from now, you're not going to remember who or what or where those pictures happened. But when you scrapbook, someone looking at your pictures would be able to relive that moment. So that's why we should scrapbook. It's really, really important. Okay, so I kind of have this funky page going. I love the colors, but I wanted to add a few other things. So I'm gonna put this off to the side, and I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So this is our mini Stampin' Cut. This is our baby boss. This is what I call my baby boss. And I'm just going to close this up here so I don't hope it's too loud for you guys. But the one thing I love about this, it's easy to take with you. If you're a person who likes to craft with your friends, this is the way to go. It's light, it's easy, it looks like a little purse. You open it up like this, and it comes with your cutting plate. So we have cutting plate 1. And it's going to look like this. One looks kind of new. It's going to look like this, and that's okay because that's what it's supposed to do. So I have used the dies. I'm going to show you what I did. I used this die here, and what I did was I cut out a white die. So a white willow rainbow. So we're going to put that off to the side. So that is the one you want. Then it comes with this other die that looks like this. And when you cut this out, let me just bring this out for a minute, you get this. So you would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces cut of your inside of your rainbow. So that is what is pretty nice. So that is what that looks like. I thought these would make great like templates. I'm not sure what's happening here. You could use these as templates. I thought they would make great sponging things, like you could sponge different colors. So I have a bunch of these in different colors, and I'm just gonna keep them, but I thought that would be a great idea to show you. So then when I was working on my projects for the week, I was cutting out a whole bunch. So I cut out a rainbow and petal pink, timid tiger, crushed daffodil, Mossy Mellow, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Basic White. So and Strawberry Slush. You can see that I've been like busy. But I didn't want to throw these pieces out because I think you could use them to make different things. So I'm going to cut one out with you today and show you, but I already have my pieces done. So let's go show you what I have. So I have one already done in petal pink. I have one done in Mossy Mellow, and as I said, I really liked this because you can, oh, I can't pick it up, oh my gosh, sticking to my mat. One in in Mossy Mellow, then I did one in Crushed Curry, and then I did one in Cloud Cover. Isn't that cool? So I thought we would show you how to do the big one, and I think I have the right size. So I am using Cajun Craze because that is one of the colors that is in the designer series paper. We're going to put this down so you have your white plate, a clear plate, your cardstock, your die, and then another clear plate on top. And we're going to roll it through. Okay. So then when you cut this out, you will get that template that I shared, so you could easily keep that for something else. And I'm just going to stick it off to the side. But then you have all these pieces that you need. So when you have your die, let me move this out of the way because you don't need that anymore. When your dies stick in, your paper sticks into the dies like this, I use my Take a Pick tool, which is one of my top tools in my craft room. And see how Stampin' Up has these little holes? Just press on them, and guess what? Your thing just pops right up. And Stampin' Up also has their name on the back and the item number, so you could figure out if you're where is this from? Where does this go? You could easily type in that number, and you would be able to find out that it goes with this set. So let's go back to working on our page. All right, so we're done with the dies. The dies over there. Let's move that. Now we're gonna do a little bit of like gluing. So let me get my silicone mat out. So this is our silicone mat, which is perfect for gluing little things. And I'm going to use our Tombow glue. So I am going to use the biggest one first, and that will be done in Cajun Craze. I am using Tombow, and I'm literally, when I use Tombow glue, I make little dots along the way. And we're just gonna pick this up. And it's gonna go like that. Okay, so now these pieces here, as you can see, when you're building multiple rainbows, you would have multiple pieces that you can intermix and make different styles. And that's what I did. I literally just went through and be like, okay, I'm making a rainbow. What colors do I want to use? And then the rest of the colors I put in here. And I would probably store these with my stamp case so that when I opened my stamp case, I would see these and that would remind me to create with different ideas. All right, we're gonna come in with our petal paint next. The boho vibe is very trendy. I work in a school and I have a lot of teachers who love this like boho vibe style and decorate their rooms with like rainbows, and I think it's just very uplifting. All right, we're gonna come in and add in our Mossy Mellow. And you see a lot of this when you're out in stores, so you know that Stampin' Up is on trends with a bunch of things. Okay, and then we're gonna add in our daffodil color. I would love to know, oh, see, this is why you use the silicone mat, because that would have dropped on my project, or my class mat. You can easily wipe it off, but that's easy. I would love to know, have you looked at this boho suite? Maybe you haven't. Like I said, I saw it and then I needed to pivot from my idea of what I want to do. I was waiting on my products and I said to my friend, can I borrow your thing? And she's like, yeah. So I sat down to create and I actually really liked it. I think making this rainbow is fun. I think you could do this for so many different ideas. All right, so let's bring back in our page. Oh my gosh, I can't pick anything up. So this is the top of my page. So as I said to you, I would put a picture here, picture here, picture here. But what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna put this down here and I'm gonna pop this up. And so that leaves me with 3 squares left. And what I will do is, one of them will be a picture, so probably 2 picture, 1 journaling, and that. And actually I think of another idea. So let me see. I kind of like it down here. So we can do that. As I said, I wasn't thinking about the ribbon, but let's add a little bit of twine to maybe our rainbow. Let's just see what that looks like. Sometimes I will add to it as I'm done, as I put on my pictures. But I do want to stamp the greeting, sending good vibes, and I think we should do a little bit of die cutting. So let me just see what this looks like. Sometimes I'll make things. So oh, I like this bow, twine bow. Do I really need it? I'm not going to cut it off my roll yet because I think I've shared this tip before, but when I first started, I would just cut ribbon and twine and then think, oh, I can make a bow with it. And then I would never have enough and it would drive me crazy. So if I lay this down, I'm like, do I like it? Do I not? So when you look at it, not really sure. So, but let's leave that. I'm going to bring in, let me grab my, my things here and grab my favorite dies. Because it's just thinking of this. So I love this sending good vibes greeting. Okay, so this is our, bringing back in our mini cut. These are our Spotlight on Nature dies, which you know I'm a huge fan of. Let me just think. Yeah, okay, so I just need to cut this. So this width is 3 inches. So you can tell my paper wouldn't fit through that. So let's just cut a little piece off. And then so we're going to use a Spotlight on Nature dies. We're using that. Put that down there like that. And then I'm a right-handed person, so I like my thing to be like that. Alright, so there's that one. So let's use that. And then we're going to, I think it's this one that goes. Yeah, let's try that. I just need to grab a piece of cloud cover. And as I said, like when I go to work on my pages, I will add more, like I will add embellishments, I will add different things to it just to help, you know, add. Sometimes I need to wait to add my pictures and then I go from there. Okay, so we're going to use cloud cover and we're going to use this die here. So if I layer, I can see that that has a nice little ring around it. And we're going to do cloud cover, cloud cover and Secret Sea, which is, like I said, these are my two top in colors. So these are part of the 2025, 2027 in colors. Our in colors are around for 2 years. And basically it's just like, it's a way of Stampin' Up being trendy with the cards, right? Like the colors, because you don't want to have colors that are round that are not trendy. You want to keep them. Sorry, I literally shifted my whole camera. So, all right, so let's just bring this in. Hopefully my thing's correct. I went to use, so then I'm using my little take a pic tool and I'm just popping out these little pieces again. Here we go. There we go. So just like that. Now we are going to do some stamping on here. So as I shared with you, I'm going to stamp. This is just a scrap piece, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. So there's a stamp set in here that says sending good vibe, which I absolutely love. I think that's a great greeting. And it's a great one for like gratitude and, you know, just trying to be positive. I'm trying to be grateful for what I have and thinking of things in life. So every night I always say 3 things I'm grateful for. And I think and trying to let go of what things are that are out of my control. I am using the cloud cover ink because I want to show you what this looks like. We're going to stamp it onto cloud cover cardstock. So that doesn't look too bad. I just ink this up here and let's just look at this again. So that's not too bad. It definitely looks more bluey gray to me, which I think, it's hard to tell with this color. I think it's supposed to be a bluey gray. But I did have a workaround in case you love this color but did not want to buy the ink pad, just in case. If you use Versamark, so this is our Versamark ink, which is meant for heat embossing, but I love it because it's tone on tone. So see how it's a little bit more of a different color? So it just depends what you're looking for, but it's a great way if you didn't want to buy the cloud cover ink pad. You know what? Every ink's gonna look different, but so let's go with this. I'm just going to stamp around here, get some ink, and we're going to put in sending good vibes. Let's stamp that in the middle. Clean that out. All right. Now, so you can see the difference. This is Versamark. And then these are, I should write that down so I can show this during my videos. So Versamark. And these are like cloud cover ink. So you can see the difference. But I know like some people have stamped and they said it's like a little bit more of a bluish tin. So like a bluey color. I don't know. Anyways, just showing you some different options. So let's throw this in here. Let's bring back in our, you know what? I'm going to put, I should have did blue and blue, but I like, you know what? I'm going to put that like that. We're going to pop that up. Now this layout sketch would be a great sketch to do for birthdays, Christmas. I feel there's like a lot you could do with this sketch. you could easily do a double page where you would have like, you could do like changes. You went cardstock, DSP, cardstock, and then it would be DSP, like switch that up and do it. So then you would have more ways to do that. So you know what? Let's bring in that bow we used. So I'm just gonna see, that's why, you know, just save it. Always create your ribbon, always create your bows on your ribbon roll or your twine roll, so that way you're not wasting stuff. Like I said, at the very beginning when I first started, I would just cut off a piece and I'd be like, oh, that bow's too small. I can't tie the knots. I can't do. Oh, my puppy's sleeping and he's dreaming. Oh. I've had the doors open because it's, like I said, it's kind of nice out right now, and I closed it just for the video, and he is like so tired because he likes to look out the window and check out his world. Okay, so I like that there. So let's just do a little bit of trimming, and then we're gonna add some not dimensional, okay. So I like that. Now, if I do like a title, I can put it over top of here. I could just do one picture, put a title. There's lots of ways you could work around this layout, or you could totally do one more and have it that way. All right, so let's bring in some of these. Now, what color do I want to use? Let's see. I don't think I want the blue on blue. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, let's do blue on blue. So just a little bit there. And you could do some different colors, but I kind of like that. So as I said too, it totally went from a different thing than what I kind of thought. As I said too, it sat with me and I just wasn't happy with it. But I love this. I think this will be good. So I think how I will use this page. I might take a picture of me and maybe doing some journaling, taking a picture of me and maybe reading like like a positivity book, or I might find like just a picture and just jot some things that like be like a grateful thing. So like a picture of me and meaning like at this time of year, like what am I grateful for? How am I practicing gratefulness in my life? I think there's a lot you could do with this page. I might even use it as a friend, right? Sending good vibes. So a picture of my couple friends, and then I could put friends across here. There's different ways that you could use this layout, but I think it's a fun layout. Like I said, I really love this pattern. So how is this going to work? I am going to upload this video. It will be on my blog tomorrow. I really appreciate you sticking around. If you were stuck with me while the doorbell rang and while I, had to end a video and restart a video because it was like a blooper, like I truly appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It always is this way, right? You go, the house can be, like the house was totally quiet. I go to start a video and look what happens. The world just starts, people come to the door and you're like, oh my goodness. That's just the way of the world it is. All's good though. It just shows you that we have interruptions when we're crafting. All right, so how's this going to work? I am going to upload this video. It will be on my blog tomorrow and on my YouTube channel. And then I will link it back to my blog. So my blog is stampwithann.com, and I will give you all the measurements that you need for this video, for this page, so that you can recreate it. But like I said, maybe you're like, I'm not sure about this boho vibe. And that's totally fine. But you know what you could use? Could chose this up. So you could change this to like a red color, a white, you could do green and white, and then you could do Christmas patterns, like especially like Christmas and birthdays, you take a lot of pictures. So like this, you could do like cardstock, designer series paper cardstock, switch it out and totally make and use these for your pictures. So these are 3 by 3 squares, so you would do a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 photo. That's all it is. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So make sure you set your alarms. I will be back on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be showing you a card, and I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will be showing you another card. And then I have multiple samples to show you the rest of the week. All right, everyone, thank you so much for sticking it out with me today. Sorry for all the interruptions and everything like that, but have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.